Do 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 do. Yes. Yes. It is that time. Wait, what time is it? Hello. Mies. Welcome. Mies. Welcome to more Alan Wake. On the playlist that needs no introduction, but still needs an introduction anyway. Welcome back to the Expert Playlist. I tell you what time it is, but I think you already know what time it is. I think we both already know what time it is. And it is absolutely time for more Alan Wake. Yeah, let's go. I don't know what you're thinking. Penguin. What could we possibly have to look forward to from tonight's playthrough? With everything that happened last night. Well, what if I told you that tonight we're going to participate in what I like to call the Shining. Oh, yes. The Shining. I'm not sticking those extra nings in there, but I feel like this illustrates the perfect example of what trying to... This is a perfect example of what happens when you randomly try to inject horror into your story. And wear your influences right on your sleeve. Okay? We're going to a hotel. We're trying to reconcile some weird flaw in our relationship. We're checking in the hopes that whatever's going on out here, whatever mystical voodoo is in place, maybe, just maybe it'll help us reach the center. That's the hope, anyway. That's the hope when Alice took Alan down to Bright Falls in order to try and jog his memory and get him out of his writer's block funk. As the prevailing thought when venturing into and out of the dark place. And now it's that same thought. That same notion of healing, so to speak. That same notion of holistic self-care. The idea that a calm, familiar, serene environment would make one more open and willing to explore their issues. Well, I guess after we let ourselves into that hospital tonight, we're going to find out. I mean, I'm personally shivering, you know, with anticipation. Let that marinate a bit. Yeah, so with all the preamble out of the way, I kind of want to get back into this Alan Waking. I kind of want to see what's going on in Alan's side of the story, and then maybe, just maybe, we can switch over to Detective Saga and see what she might be up to. But really, come on, we know whose story this is. Come on. It's the guy on the box. Alan! We're here for Alan Wake, man. So without further ado, let's continue this playthrough. Let's get to know Alan to an already extremely uncomfortable degree. And, yeah. Expert playlist. Number 547. Fresh off the presses. Fresh crack-a-lackin' out of the lab. Let's go. Let's go, I say. That's how you usually know you're in danger, when they start giving you, like, tips. When the tips start telling you how to survive, that's how you know whatever it is you're engaging in is turning on you. All right, everyone. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready to dive back into the dark place? One where we were one password away from greatness? Let it slip between our fingers? It's all good, Alan. Between you and me, we already know. This is not a place. This is a manifestation of everything that ails us. I think Thomas Zane put it best in a clip that I'm about to show you from Alan Wake 1. If I can find it, that is. Fantastic clip from Alan Wake 1. Ooh, how about this? How about this? How about this? This will actually give you some insight into what I was talking about last night. When I was talking about Alan, the Alan you see in Alan Wake 2, basically being a manifestation of Alan's desire to escape the dark place. Here we go. Listen to this.
The part of you that is in control is in the cabin, dreaming and
I
don't think I like
Yeah.
You represent the part of Alan Wake that is capable of rational thought and planning, which is why I'm talking to you. If that part can regain control, then you have a chance of making it. But a part of you wants to give in. There's comfort in the oblivion of dreams. You represent the part that isn't ready to quit and die.
Wait, are you telling me I'm not real?
You're as real as anything else in this place.
So there are two of me?
Yes.
And the one you called Mr. Scratch, he's me as well?
No.
Zane, are you playing some kind of game with me?
I am not the author of your story.
DW Sunshine with the lurk.
It wasn't one of my pages. You direct.
So, I hope you all peep that, okay? You represent the part of Alan Wake that is capable of rational thought and planning, which is why I'm talking to you. Okay? That's what we're playing as. The part of him that's in control of the dark place is in the cabin, dreaming and insane. That maniac you see talking through the televisions and trying his best to come back to life, and the person you see when you die, that is who you keep seeing. Alright? But he said a part of him wants to give in. Okay, there's comfort in the oblivion of dreams. There's comfort to just being trapped in the dark place. It's almost like being caught in the sunken place from Get Out, if you want to think of it that way, where you're present but not present, where you're conscious but not conscious. That's what being that's what being taken by the darkness is. It's basically being forced into a sunken place. Alan is actively resisting that, and also has the special, I guess, caveat that he, as a writer, as something that the dark presence has selected to try and escape, he actually has the ability. He has the ability to create things in this realm. So, in addition to not only creating the visual makeup of the dark place, like it's completely based around him. It's not as obvious in the first Alan Wake because I don't think they're selling it as hard. Like, they don't start selling just how psychologically damning the dark place is. They don't really start selling that until like maybe the last chapter of the game. And it's really heavily played up in the DLCs. So in the DLCs, this is like the foundations of what we're seeing now in Alan Wake 2. Okay? Also, is Thomas Zane James McCaffrey? I'm going to blow a gasket. I'm going to blow a gasket because I think it is. I can hear the gravel in his voice, and now I have to figure out who voiced Thomas Zane in Alan Wake. We're going to have to give me a second. I'm telling you. I knew it. 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 I'm just coming on. I'm just coming on screen to say I knew it. I knew it. You can hear it in his voice. You can hear it. You can totally hear. You can hear that it's James McCaffrey. I can hear the Max Payne in his voice.
If that part can regain control, then you have a chance of making it. But a part of you wants to give in. There's comfort in the oblivion of dreams.
See, it was that line that gave it away. It was that line that nailed it for me. When he said, "There's comfort in the oblivion of dreams," I said, "Oh, hi, Max. Hi, Max. You sounding a little gravelly there, my man. Just a little bit, you're sounding a little bit hard-boiled. You're sounding a little hard-boiled for my liking, okay? I'm just saying, you're sounding a little peaked on your noir. Good for you. Good for you, See? Listen, James McCaffrey is like the DiCaprio of Remedy, okay? He's like the Leonardo DiCaprio of Remedy. He just has to be there in some capacity. It's not a Remedy game if we don't have at least one role filled by James McCaffrey. Am I right? But anyway, shout-outs to James McCaffrey. Just doing all the side characters. Love it. Love it. Now he's also the voice of Alex Casey, the fictional and the real one. Love. It's like DJ Jazzy Jeff, you know? Like, Remedy just keeps trying to... They just keep finding new ways to work James McCaffrey into everything. To think that even briefly we considered not having him voice Max in Max Payne 3 like Rockstar. It's your boy. That game would not have landed at all if James McCaffrey hadn't done the voice. That game, instead of that game standing out as a weird chapter, a weird yet great chapter in a great trilogy of stories, it also comes off as the black sheep and odd man out. And mind you, this was 2012, 2013, when a lot of franchises were morphing and changing, and a lot of people weren't receptive to what Rockstar had been doing with the Max Payne 3 story. They didn't like that they kind of regressed his character a bit. They didn't like what they had done to him. Even though I feel like everything they did was very respectful, very in line with the character, very in line with where the character was headed and the tragedy that represented his ongoing life. I felt like that was all really well handled, and I liked the new story it told. And I liked how by the end of the game, it gave Max pretty much a blank slate to work with, a clean slate, reputationally, characteristically. You know, he conquered a lot of his demons and become sober, and you know, Max Payne is in a great place by the end of Max Payne 3, and I think if they ever wanted to continue that as a franchise, absolutely would have been able to. But yeah, tangent aside, getting into the James McCaffrey cinematic universe a little bit here, getting in the weeds a bit. But the point is that, yeah, you see how he says, he's like, you're telling me I'm not real? And this is the weird answer he gets.
You're as real as anything else in this place.
Okay, that's not a satisfying answer at all. That's absolutely not a satisfying answer. To say you're as real as anything else in this place, well then, no, Alan, you're not real. You're as real as anything else in this place. Nothing in this place is real. It's all manifest from your fucking head. So, you're a projection. You're not real. Which means this Alan, whoever this is, whatever. And I hate to say it that way, but to characterize him as a person at this point would be weird. Because even the game shows you when you die, and then wake up inside the cabin and sitting in front of the typewriter, ready to write another Alan into existence. So
there are two of me?
Yes.
So there are two of me? Yes. See what I mean? The Alan in the cabin and the Alan we're controlling outside of the cabin.
The author of your story.
How can you say that when you wrote that page about me in the clicker?
Is anything else in this place?
So there are two of me?
Yes.
And the one you called Mr. Scratch, he's me as well?
And that is a big... See, that's a big point of contention as well. That's the clincher line right there, okay? You represent the part of Alan Wake that is capable of rational thought and planning, which is why I'm talking to you. If that part can regain control, then you have a chance of making it. The part of Alan Wake that is capable of rational control and planning, that is who we are playing as. It's wild. So just so we're clear, I hate how you can't look into his face at any point. I remember when games did that simply because they didn't want to animate, you know, a character's like face. Now we're just doing it for stylistic reasons because you know Alan's face is probably better rendered than his entire character model in the original Alan. His face probably has more polys than his entire character model in the first Alan Wake. I'll just say that. All right, Alan. But yeah, you see what I mean? Like, this is clearly not real. This is clearly not real, and it's clearly not the real world. It's a fucked up manifestation of the real world that has cultivated a lot of malice towards Alan. All of this graffiti is so aggressive, to say the least. It's so aggressive. It's so angry. It's so violent. You lost here. You die here, as we have dozens of times before. Mr. Scratch. That's another interesting thing. Find Mr. Scratch. Scratch. Cult. Whole lot of mentions of Mr. Scratch on every other world. Find Alice. Revenge. This place is a personal hell. A choose your own. Fuck. I forgot about all the shadow people I left outside last night.
It was locked from the other side.
Who had the time to do that? I don't remember exactly where I have to go, but I remember where I have to be. Does that make sense? No? Okay. There's a light shift over there. I do remember that. Container. Light shift. Love that Alan's actually out here being haunted by the rough drafts of his past. Why is there an arrow that points up if I can't actually mantle up there? Like, why cock tease me? I wish these shadow people wouldn't like whisper at Alan so aggressively. It's just really creepy. It's just really creepy and not very likable. You feel me? This is very creepable. This is very creepy, unlikable activity. See, it's so hard for me to be able to tell the difference between the benign shadows and the shadows that are just here to eat you alive. I mean, at the end of the day, all of these shadows are whispering, Alan Wake. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, indeed, that is you.
Alan Wake.
That's my name.
Wake.
That's my last name.
Wake.
See what I mean? Oh my god, I can hear. I think that's the thing that gets me. You can just hear the whispering all around you. Oh, that's a whole human.
These are my
It
words.
was using darkness as a weapon.
These are my words.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no, no. Ignite it, fool! You know what? You know what? I take no responsibility for that. Alan, you got yourself killed. Anybody else just see him stand there with his arm up? Like that's a thing to do? Anybody else see that? Anybody else see him do that? Him just like he was doing the Black Power salute? It's okay. It's okay, Alan. It's you. It's you that has to die repeatedly, not me. I remember falling off this rooftop and slowly falling down to the street. It was amazing. Okay, so... Oh, now it works. Oh. Oh. No, no, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure my R2 button worked, because it seemed like in the last checkpoint it was like, nah. You saw Alan was walking around with his arm up, and I was just mashing R2 like a doofus. There's like intensities of these shadow people. Some of the shadows are really thick, and you gotta point at them. Some, yeah, see, like that guy right there. Is he benign? Bro, he pushed me through. Did he push me through the fence? This is what I'm talking about. Some of these things. I'm legit pointing the flashlight at him so he'll disappear. I want no parts of that. Whatever that is going on over there, he seems to be like choking on his own words. You know what's crazy? You're easier to find. That sounded like it came from behind the door. I'm gonna go through that door and there's gonna be like 10 dudes out there. I'm not gonna be happy about it, but I need to go. Oof, that just seems wrong. Know what I mean? That just seems kind of wrong. Okay, so what's out here? Something up and to the left.
Alan, wait.
Fucking hell.
This is just time. Everybody stop.
What the hell? I'm so perplexed. Well, I'm not in a really good position to fight a bunch of things anyway. I wasn't expecting the survival horror parts of this survival horror game to be quite so pronounced. But now that we're here, you know, I feel like I should have conserved more ammo at certain points and done more things to have a better arsenal, so to speak. And I don't think I nailed that. I feel like I've mostly failed in generating any kind of tangible safety for myself. Which is fine, you know, especially in survival horror. Hindsight is 20/20. I'm a firm believer of that. Ooh, is that shotgun ammo? Did I just pick up shotgun ammo? No? Then what was that? What is this? Oh, it's batteries for my flashlight. Got batteries for the... Batteries. So a battery stack is only 5? Why? Why do batteries stack only to 5? That seems kind of arbitrary. Popping pills like Max Payne. Popping pills like my name was Max Payne. Oh no, I think it just dawned on me. I think the irony of having a hero named Max Payne who's addicted to painkillers just... What? Hold on. Does the door there open here? Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah. Need money to buy books. The third eye. I was gonna say something, but it doesn't look like he's an Alan Wake enthusiast. Yeah, the door to this, the door here, that leads to a stairway going down, mind you, opens there, on the other side. Just to prove this theory, we're gonna walk through this door backwards. Even though the game won't let me do that. We're gonna open this door and then walk through it backwards and see that it says Lost right above the door, right? And that there's a cardboard hut on the other side. Good lord! And see, this is what I'm talking about. The dark place makes absolutely no sense. This is how you know you're not at home. This is how you know you're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. The dark place is effed. It's effed. Try our new Ocean View cocktail. Now, if we recall, last stream there was a 4... Try the Ocean View cocktail. There was a 4-number code on the door. And since everything is telling us to try the Ocean View cocktail for $25.50, that's exactly what we're going to do. $25.50 sounds like a good solid number. If I want that Ocean View cocktail. Really laying it on thick, aren't they? Etc. Excuse me. I like the way Alan moves. There's just something... Oh my god, he's still got the patches on his elbows. Yeah, the uptick in fidelity is wild. If that's really like... If that's the Alan Wake jacket, wow. The uptick in fidelity is wild. How does this game not have a photo mode? How does this game not have a photo mode, being as gorgeous as it is? But you see, there's like a... There's a very deliberate kind of hesitance. A forbidden play brought to life. The Cult. Oh, nice. I should have read that poster when I was outside. Six, 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 the neighbor of the beasts. I was talking to this guy. There's a guy I work with. Of course, name redacted. We're not trying to blow anybody up for the wrong reasons here, but he was telling me that he and his wife are composers, and they compose songs for television shows and movies and things of that nature. And he said, he's like, believe it or not, some of the hardest forms of media to score, one of the hardest projects he's had was a comedy. And you don't think it would be, but when you think of the kind of tone that you can achieve in a horror game, and the kind of tone you can achieve in an action game, and the kind of tone that you can achieve in any other genre, horror movie, action movie, any other genre of movie, you know what it sounds like. Action gets the adrenaline going, horror gets your pulse racing, or, suspense, puts you on the edge of your seat, and there are tones that go with this, but what is the comedic tone, though? How do you score a comedy? Is the music goofy? There's things you don't really think about. Now, don't get me wrong, the composer for Alan Wake is cooking right now, but these tones immediately just jump out to me. It's so simple and yet so effective. Bong. Bong. You love it. You love to hear it. That and the little distortion noises, the fuzziness coming up. It's very natural yet unnatural sound. And it feels like it's underscoring something sinister. Which, GG's, I feel like that's the intent, right? I have the key. And I have to stress this here. I can't help but feel like this whole 665, the 665, the neighbor of the beast, is a joke from the first Max Payne game. I don't remember the time or context. I think it's when someone gives Max Payne the door code for something. I think it's like a keypad code in a hotel or something like that. And the guy, he's like, oh, what's the code for the door? And he goes, 665. And he's like, get it? The neighbor of the beast. And Max is so dry, he doesn't really laugh at it. He's like, ha ha. But the fact of the matter is, the fact that it's an entire, an entire point of contention in this, it's a hotel room that they stay in. It's on a neon sign. Again, I feel like there's an extra reward for the people in the audience who are dyed-in-the-wool Remedy fans. And it's what's giving me this odd itch in the back of my neck that makes me feel like I must really be missing Control. I must be really missing something by not playing Control and Alan Wake's American Nightmare. We may do some bonus episodes this week just to knock some of that out. Not Control, because I actually want to give Control the respect it deserves. I don't have any problem with playing Control after we finish this. But I think I want to devote like a short bonus episode later in the week to just playing Alan Wake's American Nightmare. I feel like that would be a fun experience, and I feel like it would also help us appreciate this more as we play through it. Let's open this door. I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
The room was empty except for the projector. More games. Was the film a message waiting to be played?
Probably. Though, in our defense, the last film that we played was your wife. She was filming a documentary about you. After you saved her life, and she thinks you left her for dead. It really sucks. What's up, Alan? Oh, don't make me go into it. Oh, God, he has to go into it. Okay. All right, hold on. Let's prepare for this. And by prepare, you know exactly what I mean. My hair is so heavy now, a ponytail doesn't work. It's too heavy and long now. I hate it. Alan. Right across the street from the beast, I tell you. Right across the street from the beast. The actor who plays live-action Alan Wake is phenomenal. What? Is that Mr. Scratch? Ah.
In this temple of shadow and mist, there's a window in the floor and a door in the ceiling. There's no knowing, am I standing still, or running, or kneeling?
You're the one who's been calling me.
Indeed. I'm Tom Zane.
What?
Welcome to the House of Zane.
Tom Zane?
The poet. The diver. You look like me. How the hell?
Or maybe you look like me, you handsome devil.
Huh?
The diver was a beloved character I played in one of my films. I'm a filmmaker, a celebrated auteur.
I need
Really?
answers. Why is return so important? What?
You always get worked
Always?
up like this. Come on, I'll fix you a drink.
That is...
We're in
There's
this
no way
together.
that's Thomas Zane.
Two artists collaborating, remember? Crafting the keys to our escape. Your magnum opus, Return, and its companion piece, my film. Sharing our life-altering visions, a melding of higher minds.
You don't remember?
Dreaming up our transcendental work of art. Here, in this room, 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 in this room.
I need the clicker. It's return, but because we return.
That is how the magic happened.
Enough of this bullshit. Alice is in danger. I need another murder site to go further. Back to Parliament Tower. Scratch is...
Your wife is safe back in the real New York. But Scratch is reaching for her through an overlap.
Uh-huh.
Return is the key to escaping the dark place. You need to get it before that...
He's
freak
reaching
does.
for Alice through an overlap?
There's a murder site here in the hotel. Let the waves of your
She
writing
has
carry
been
you
saying
there.
that she's seeing something that looks like Alan, but is not Alan. I do remember that.
They're on to us. If anyone asks, you were never here.
Who's gonna ask, and why are you walking away on your hands and knees?
Thomas Zane had ended our talk in what felt like a paranoid fit. I had what I needed
You
from him.
do?
There was another murder site in the hotel to guide me further toward my escape. I had to write my way to it.
Yeah, like once you acknowledge, or once you acknowledge that you're actively writing your way out of a story in real time, and that I am not the person Alan Wake, but the mere manifestation of his desire to escape with rational and clear thought. It makes other parts of this game take on a very odd context.
Whispers from the police radio kept me awake
Casey.
at night. The word through the ether. A murder in the backdrop of a play featuring a murder cult. Huh. How meta can you get? He said, looking knowingly at the camera. I could sense the cult of the word in this, and their leader, Mr. Scratch. Rumored to be Alan Wake, the writer who'd gone missing years before.
The hotel was a perfect setting for a Casey story. I was on the right path. I would start at the entrance lobby.
Would it be weird? Would it be weird if we switched to Saga right now?
The entrance hall set the mood, where everyone had come in. The victim, the murderer, the detective.
Like, if I wanted to go back to Saga right now, could I? Well, anyway, let's check. I got Words of Fix. Increases maximum health. Yes, I think I'd like to do that. Words of Lamp. 50 health for each second when losing a flashlight. Boost on hostile shadows. Is 50 health a lot? What's the metric of health? Provides 10% chance to stun enemies on flashlight boost. Provides 50 to 75% chance to regain a charge on killing an enemy. I think I like that one. 75%. Well, I can dig that. And by documentary, this is what I was talking about. I feel like we watched this yesterday, but we can always watch it again. Get some much needed context from these fantastic actors.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could.
Ouch.
I took his promo shot.
I hear twinges of resentment.
Created covers for his books.
Not really hatred, but light resentment.
I'm sure he forced his publisher.
Like, she didn't hate it, but it's not what she would have wanted to have been doing.
I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each
The
other.
fact that you can see it in her face is amazing.
Then Alan hit a block.
Relatable.
I brought out a a meaner side of him.
Relatable.
One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly.
I cannot believe that's what she thinks happened.
It's easy for people to think it was my fault.
That's crazy.
Hell, I do.
Crazy. Alice, if you had any idea. If you had any idea at all.
About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises.
Okay, this is related to American Nightmare.
Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me.
That light is crazy. That light going off is crazy.
Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster.
Monsieur Scratch. What's scratch in French?
He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment
Gratte.
with motion sensors. and
Monsieur
flashes.
Gratte.
Now, when the monster comes, I turn it.
I don't know why I'm doing that with my face. Just feels right.
My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew.
The Haunting of Alice Wake.
I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
That's wild. What do they call that? Parallel thinking? When two people have the same idea at the same time? Or they have congruency in such a way that, you know, like it's literally the exact same idea. They have inexplicable congruency. Like they didn't, no foreknowledge, just, you know. I think that's what they call that, parallel thinking. But, that aside, I did want to see, is the bucket in here? Is the bucket in this room, or is it only in safe rooms? I think the bucket is only in safe rooms. It's not in your brain place. Are you joking? Wait. Is that the sound of his suit rubbing? Is that the material of his suit rubbing against itself? Damn. Good Lord. It's such a small detail. I didn't need it. This is not something I needed to hear, or something I hear very often, but yeah. This man's suit fabrics are rubbing. This is crazy. I mean, Shinji Mikami made it a point to the audio guys when doing Resident Evil, when developing Resident Evil 4, that he wanted Leon's left and right feet to sound different from one another. Just so both feet made different sounds when they hit the ground, so that you always had that distinction. How we went from there to the sound of Alan's equipment, the sound of his clothes rubbing against each other, the sound of his shoes hitting the ground, and the surface of the ground being wood, reacting to rubber soles. insanity. It's crazy. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Oh my god, you can hear the weapons clanking. This is how you get 8 Game Awards nominations. This is how you get 8 Game Awards nominations. This is how you do this. This is definitely how you get the audio award. Alan Wake finna sweep. If Alan Wake does not sweep, I don't know, man. Alan Wake it has to be. I feel like I'm only halfway, not even a third of the way through this game. And it's... my sense of reality has been completely obliterated. Where's the other side of this echo? Oh, okay. Why doesn't it want to connect?
So, you were the director of this play?
Yeah, that's me. Our performance of The Cult was cursed from the pre-show ritual on. The Cult is an immersive theatrical experience.
You're gonna have to walk me through what that means.
Yeah, me too.
Immersive theater. A play where the audience can participate, spread across this hotel. The Cult is a legend. The only written copy of the manuscript lost, the play is passed on as oral tradition between theater companies. Each company only performs it once.
Really?
The play was said to have special power.
What?
We were like kids
Playing with a
Ouija board.
Huh.
And when you call for the devil, he will come.
The pre-show ritual. That's it. Set it up. Start from the beginning.
To the board. To the plot board. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. All right, we got some clues. Let's get it. Woo.
I changed the story. And with that, the dark place changed.
Wild. Are we on debut night? Is that what's going on here?
Layers upon layers. A play about a murder cult infiltrated by a real murder cult.
A forbidden play brought to life. The Cult. Everyone is invited to the pre-show ritual in the ballroom. You know what's crazy? Yeah, it's true. Like I would have found that to be really sus. Like them taping over the front of this thing about a pre-show ritual. That would have kind of goosed my goose a little bit. A theater play about the cult. A play with a supernatural reputation. The play infiltrated by the real cult. Talk about everything that could have gone wrong going absolutely wrong. Like, they do know that these people cut out people's hearts as part of their rituals, right? Entrance hall. Hold on. I'm gonna change it back. Well, I feel like a goober, but I kind of want to see what this place... He did not really just appear. Fuck. Oh, God.
The darkness, the story will lead you alive. The story will go on forever. There's no escape. No escape.
Hold that shit. Hold that shit. Excuse me. Just it's the dodge. It's the dodge combined with the melee. That was fearless. I need my flowers. I like that these rooms not only cleanse you, but they also act as bonfires. They're literal bonfires, yo. Don't tell me they're not bonfires. Can't you just... How does this occupy an extra stack? How? How, you heathens? Stupid video games. Like, am I allowed to be mad? No, something tells me I'm gonna need it. The shotgun, however, is taking up a shit ton of space, and the battery pack... Again, I don't understand this maximum stack of 5 thing that this game is trying to have going on here, but it is so inconvenient. It is unbelievably inconvenient. But yeah, I love how this place acts like a bonfire for the shadow people. I really should have saved before Initiation 4 because that stage play about Alan Wake's life was one of the most unbelievably creative things I have ever heard. Like, seriously, shout outs to everyone involved with the production of that level, the live action segments, the dance sequences, all of it. it was one of the most horrifyingly delightful things I've ever experienced in a game. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about these shadows just lurking right outside the door. Just lurking like it's a thing to do. Also, the game made it a point to say, closed due to water damage, do not enter. That when you're in your little headspace, when you're in your little safe space, the game is not paused. So going in there with enemies nearby is the equivalent of just sitting right in front of some kind of monster and just meditating like it's like they're gonna sit and wait for you to go through your inventory. I personally love the way Dead Space shuts that down immediately by showing you, whoa, look, we're going to communicate to you through holograms. Dynamic holograms. So we're not even going to stop the game to tell you how to play it. It's just going to pop up while you're walking. We don't pause for nothing. Need to go through your inventory? Have fun, jackass. You can't pause it. It's all real all the time. What is that? Oh, my shotgun has ammo again. That decompressing moment of catharsis. Oh, damn. We skipped on the ray trace mirror reflections. Shoutouts to consoles. I know somebody with an RTX 4090 and an i9 and 32 gigs of GDDR RAM is slaying this game right now. Slaying it. I mean, Digital Foundry was pushing this game to the very brink graphically, showing that there are even a difference between the shadows cast by faraway objects and player characters standing up close, a different quality of shadow. Distance and separation and diffusion. All of these things are at play. I mean, I think Dead Space impressed me by showing the effect of diffusing light through glass. EA Motive was out here just cooking. It was just graphically cooking for no reason. They didn't have to go as hard as they did with the Dead Space remake. Dead Space was already a game that had already aged extremely well graphically. The game came out in 2008. And to this day, you can play it and not do a double take. But EA Motive not only made the game look better, they went the extra mile and said, look at all these new graphical techniques that some people haven't even figured out how to do yet. And we're just going to do them. We're just going to diffuse light through glass. We're going to make rolling volumetric fog. You know, we're going to rebuild and reconstruct the entire hologram system from the ground up.
The room at the end of the corridor was closed off. It felt significant.
I have to download Dead Space.
Something terrible would happen there.
I recently installed an extra terabyte in my Xbox. I have to tell you, it is an enormously empowering thing to sit on your games and apps screen and see 992.8 gigabytes free. Oh my god. I gotta tell you, it's wild. It's wild to look at the screen and have it say 992 gigabytes are free. It's like, wow. That's crazy. Suddenly, you know, Red Dead Redemption being like 119 gigs. It doesn't hit as hard, man. Call of Duty still being 180 gigs is still a crime against humanity. Actual digital storage space slander and should not be tolerated by anyone. By the time I'm done downloading Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, that game's file size will have ballooned up to 220 gig. What is going on at Activision? Seriously, Fortnite takes up 40 gigs. Fortnite.
I couldn't get in. I was missing something.
Okay, look, we can't get lost in the weeds while we're playing Alan Wake here, but I'm just saying. Space requirements are a thing of the past. I love it. And we love to see it. We love to see it. To the plot board. The end of the story. The murder site, question mark, exclamation point, question mark. Question mark, question mark. What horror lies waiting there? Is that a rhetorical question, Mr. Wake? Is that a personal attack or something? Alright, well. Hold on a second. What time is it? It's 11:46. Crud. Hold on.
Changing a plot element in a scene without being there was impossible.
actually sitting on a throne of lies. So wait, I don't think I changed the main hall at all. I just got back here. I really did just want to explore this whole area without, you know, before transforming it.
I didn't have the key.
Thank you, Alan.
The scene here had changed.
Like, yo, the shadows actually... Okay. They followed me.
I needed to find the key. The troop were busy building their own Wicker Man, where they themselves would be sacrificed. The prop room had been changed from room 104 to room 225. I couldn't get in. I was missing something.
Should always have your flashlight ready for these moments, you know. Never know when you might have to convert one of these monsters to Christianity. Show them how to find Jesus and all of that, you know. It's not a responsibility everyone has, but the ones that do, they take it with pride and a knowing sigh that what they're doing is the right thing. I was raised right. I just like to close doors. It's what you should do. I mentioned that I fixed the weird drift in my controller by pulling off the analog stick and unleashing a huge chunk of something that was stuck inside of it. And just like that, all of the drift disappeared. Yeah, check it out. Yeah, see, the left stick is pretty fine. Really nothing too bad going on with the left stick as far as range but then the right stick was going ham. Like the right stick had really bad problems. But now look at it. Boosh. Yeah, see? Boing. Fantastic. It's very obvious that I had a weird drift problem for the past few streams. Like, just for no reason at all, my characters would just start looking up at the ceiling or looking down at the floor, and I couldn't figure out why. Oh. Cool. It's so funny. Now that I want to change characters, there's no overturned buckets. I'm gonna switch to Saga. I thought switching was a resource that I could tap into at any time I wanted. They have lied to me. What are we doing? It's okay.
Alan.
Oh, that one's carrying something.
You are
Fucking.
Alan Wake.
And it can't be helped. That one was carrying a pipe.
I'm lost.
Come on!
This is not.
The shadows were gone. Or just out of sight.
I'd bank on the latter. The latter more than the former. I personally think. This is the weirdest thing to me about this game's combat. It's so fast-paced, even though it pretends it isn't. Just when I got all my shotgun ammo back. Alan Wake giveth and Alan Wake taketh away, I tell you. This must be the room situated right next to that sign outside that says typewriter. I'd assume that's why this room is baked in this red glow, because I'm sitting right outside of a room. I mean, my window is sitting right next to a giant neon sign, so. It must bite ass. And people actually lived in apartments like this. Nowadays, not so much, because neon signs aren't as commonplace, but there's still apartments out there that are like this. Especially if you live in, like, you know, a tourist trap location. West 4th, or you know what I mean? Like if your residence is just part of a vibe or a neighborhood, yeah. You're gonna catch some neon signs. You're gonna catch them. You know, they don't always own the building.
Wake.
I mean, when the shadows are manipulating physical reality, when they're carrying pipes, you know? Oh, my friend the janitor. Room 209. I have a room 104 key. He was actually sneaking up on me. He was actually sneaking up on me, and then hid like nobody saw him. I don't know whether to be flattered or annoyed. Okay.
It was locked from the other side. The ballroom would be the stage of a key scene in the play.
Uh-oh. Ooh, is this my mini save room? Yay. I actually love that for us because I've already burned through a lot of this stuff. Why won't you stack? I concede. I admit defeat. Just get a quick save in there and a quick manual save in there. Just for good measure. Before we start solving this mystery Scooby-Doo style. And I do mean Scooby-Doo style. Nothing like Alan telling me out loud that he's on his final scene.
I like how Alan's almost like a... he's almost like an interdimensional stenographer. He's writing in the events as he sees them, and they're actually coming true.
My writing was affecting reality.
Whoa. That's insane. Did Alan wake yet? That is a very good question, actually. No, sir. No. I think Alan wishes he was awake, but it's far more complicated than that.
The cult in the play was called the Cult of the Tree. With their deer masks, they were the backwoods echo of the cult of the word's urban horror.
Mind you, Alan, this is your fault. The cult of the word is a cult entirely based around the ephemeral words and writings of Alan Wake. This is your fault, Alan. They think your words hold mystical powers, and so they worship them to the point where they walk around with deer masks on. And look at this! I don't know, man. Look at this. Hold on. Okay. That's what this room looked like before this happened. We're gonna figure this out one way or another. He got that I eat soybeans instead of pleasing my girlfriend. He's got that I drink Soylent. But yeah, maybe. Yeah. He's a bit of a tortured soul. A bit of an asshat, a bit of a wallflower.
Hit your marks, keep your masks on, and make it weird. Yeah, see, this is... If I came into the theater and that was hanging above the stage, I'd leave. I'd turn around immediately and walk away. I don't know why you would do this. Why? Look at this. No. No. This is demonic demon shit. Even if they are just worshiping Alan Wake at the end of the day. Alright, so... What did it say? Did it say everybody was going to room 102? No, it says everything is in room 202 now. So of course we have to go there.
I didn't have the key.
And nor did I want it. What room is that? 209? Okay. Are you saying that only white people would start a cult based around a crime novelist? I mean, he is a crime novelist, so...
It could not be.
I think the
opened on
Karen's
side.
addiction to true crime content has been well documented. I think you could get away with that. That's the thing, though. What personality? This man has the personality of a Spam sandwich. Okay. Ooh. All right. False alarm. False alarm. Nothing here makes any sense whatsoever. What? How? How? How is that the connective tissue of these three rooms? How did we get here? How? This room is wood. Wood is the floor. Wood is the wall. Wood is the ceiling. Look, wood, and then it's a bathroom because there's marble on the floor. But you know what? I'll accept that. That's fine because there's wood in the other room. But what's this?
I Well, it's true. I mean, that's what the song "Cult of Personality" is about. It's like it's sung from the perspective of a cult leader. And all cults begin with like a cult of personality, like, you know, a Charles Manson or a, you know, whatever prominent figure who is a. That's what people are usually attracted to at first, right? The cult of personality of the leader. And then an actual cult forms around this person. We're looking for room 104. There we go. Oh, it's this room. Nope. You didn't hear that. Of all the rooms I chose, did I have to choose the room with the deer people? Like, I'm not bugging, right? That's a deer person. That's a whole deer, right? That's a deer. All right, well, it's time to break this room. So let's see where this goes. Ooh. Ooh, the deer person's gone. Okay. Cult-like activity.
This is where they gathered before the play. This is where it began. inspecting the scene.
Nothing like going into the darker recesses of your brain to just change reality all around you. Yeah? Yeah? It is a bug out, though, because you got to really sit and think about it. Everything Alan is doing right now, he's actually sitting down and writing out in real time. Every step I take right now is a sentence in a manuscript. Oh, he's trying. Alan is trying so hard. Wait, is that a thing? Can Lil Xan affect reality around him? Is that an ability he actually has? And I mean, like, without taking Xanax?
Why set up a play in a hotel? Why this hotel?
Because the rent is cheap? No. The ocean view was perfect for this. It's said to be haunted. Dark stories about murder, death, suicide. Supposedly, an actual cult once performed an unspeakable ritual to summon something in the ballroom. Did we summon the same thing? Tapped into something horrifying? It seemed like it was part of the play, but it wasn't. Does that sound crazy?
You don't want to ask me about crazy, kid.
A haunted hotel. Yes. That's a trope for a reason.
His dry sense of humor kills me, but he's not wrong. The problem with Alan and the things that he writes is that they manifest. Like, he's trapped. It's almost like Inception. Remember the scene in Inception where they were 2 layers deep into the dream? They had the snow base, and then right above the snow base was the layer with the bridge and the van, and then underneath the layer with the bridge and the van was the hotel. And all, you know, like you had 3 layers of reality going. To use that metaphor, Alan Wake is in the snow base. That's where the real Alan Wake is. The real Alan Wake is in the snow base right now. And the Alan Wake you're seeing here in reality, the Alan Wake you're seeing here is in the van at the bridge. This is Alan Wake trapped in the dark place, but this isn't actually Alan Wake. This is Alan Wake's perseverance and clear-headedness and rational thought made manifest as a way to help him escape from the bottom layer. And then the top layer, the hotel layer, is the real world, where Alan is just gone, period. Like, Alan does not exist in the real world at all right now. As far as everyone's concerned, he just vanished. He went out to Bright Falls with his wife to the cabin. It's basically the plot of the first Alan Wake, but he's gone. So, yeah. We are currently in layer number 2. And not Alan Wake is trying to, you know, get real Alan Wake out. It's wild. This game's story is wild. Like, I had to say, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Would you believe me if I told you this is all one game's worth of story? I had no idea. I had to play through the first one again behind the scenes just to kind of understand what was going on here. Ooh. Alan sleepwalking? Kind of. He was almost in a schizophrenic seizure. Good Lord. Oh. Why would it do that? The entire wall disappeared? Yeah, look at that. Whoa. That's a whole wall and hallway that disappears when you do that. Who said that? Maybe he can write off the unintentional Drake curse and bring back I mean, were he so inclined, yes. I think he would absolutely... I know I'm not the only one that's not a fan of when, you know...
Night Springs, a special place, a shifting space.
Oh no, we tune it into Night Springs. We don't skip Night Springs.
Sometimes a hulking metropolis. Different every time we set upon the road that leads us there.
This is like the Twilight Zone of the Alan Wake universe. You gotta sit for Night Springs.
Always familiar to us. These are the stories that take place there. Awe-inspiring, macabre, terrifying, heartbreaking, nail-biting, absurd, and thrilling. Sometimes all of these things at once. A haunting new season of mind-bending episodes.
Yes.
Written by Alan Wake. I am your host.
What?
And I will see you soon in
Night Spring.
Night Spring.
Was that a commercial or is this like a legit episode? Because I'm ready for a legit episode. No, it's a commercial. The game even said it was a commercial. Damn. I'm mad. That doesn't mean there won't be a commercial, you know. There is still hope. I love how they teased it though, and I love how it's like, oh, an entire season written by Alan Wake. Even though, and we're talking about the real Alan Wake here, in real life, Alan actually wrote 2 episodes of Night Springs back in the day. So again, no need to be salty. Alan Wake X Death Note collab would be, yeah, it would actually. You think Death Note, really? Is it because it matches the aesthetic? It'd be a great premise. Instead of just directly killing people with the Death Note, Alan would instead write in these complex scenarios that would then lead to these people's deaths instead. They would be extremely well written and several paragraphs long, instead of just being simply writing someone's name in it. He went across the street. It was a day like no other. But on this day, he had no idea that it would be his last. He quickly approached the curb, stopping only for the light. And it's like, what? No, listen, just write his name in it. Alan. I could see the fun in that, though. That seems like a really fun idea. I'm just saying. Alan is such a drama queen. You know, we could definitely make that work. I have no idea what they're trying to tell me here, though. This is the... Also, Alan evading the cops and making the clues too hard to find. And by PO, you mean what, the police officer? I mean, that's cool. That's kind of cool, yeah. That's actually not too far off from what's already kind of happening here. Okay. What in the hell?
It's getting real, all right.
I recognize my writer's room on the stage.
Oh shit, I didn't recognize it until he said that. Yo. Anybody else hearing the echoes of someone else's conversation? Like, everybody else remember three-way calling? You just be talking to your friends, and then all of a sudden you start hearing, like, somebody's grandma complain about their heat. Just you don't hear it clearly, but it's just patchy enough to get through. Just enough for you to wonder, can they hear me too? And the answer is yes. The answer is absolutely yes. I had somebody respond once when one of my calls crossed over on three-way calling. And he was like, "What up, though? Where y'all from?" And we were like, "Yo, are you in Brooklyn?" Uh-oh. I hear it.
What was the scene in this room that I said you got here? What was the scene?
Who?
I said you got here. What was the scene in this room?
Well, this is what we call the writer's room. In the play, it's where the devil rewrites reality whilst God is asleep.
Wow.
The devil was our star role. I got a big-time celebrity to play him, and he was method acting the role to perfection. He never broke character, always wore the cult mask. His name was scratched out on the posters.
And who was this mystery
Is this a good thing? Are we
celebrity?
praising
Let me
this
guess.
weird-ass behavior?
Alan Wake?
I wish I could tell you, but turns out there were masks upon masks. Whoever he really was, shit got weird when he was around. Some of the crew joked that we'd actually hired the devil to play himself.
Mr. Scratch is the devil. He was born to play the role.
I had to agree with Casey on that.
Yes. Listen. I love how they got the windows. Look. Never sneeze at good ass stage lighting. I'm telling you. Stage dressing is like, oh my god. No. Holy shit, that dude is huge. Okay. This is fine.
I eat the words!
The stuff they're saying is really, like, it's borderline psychotic. Some weird abusive ass shit, like I'll eat you alive. Hold that. Thank you. I was gonna say just keep.
no good. We okay? We good? Okay. All right. That's wild. That was a bit much, but at least we walked off with a little bit of each ammo left. Little bit of health too. All right, let's get some bandages on there. Are you kidding me? Among Us has a noise that terrifying in it. That it was like the Inception horn, but you know, meant to get under my skin. Like it was making my skin crawl. What I'm saying is I don't like it. No, thank you. But yeah, no, totally. Okay, look. This is how well they got the stage of the writing room. Because we're about to go into my head right now anyway, so before we go into my happy place, just take a look at the desk and the lights, okay, and the typewriter. The typewriter is not it's not the same kind of typewriter, but you know, for the play, it's all right. And then excuse me, wrong button. Boosh. They get points. They get points for authenticity because in reality, this cabin's not supposed to have existed. So, you know, shout outs to doing your research. Shout outs to doing your research. Shout outs to Bird Leg Cabin, y'all. Alright, so we have a... Oh, no. Wait, how many things does... Oh, wow. Look at this. These are things we've never done in these areas. Haunted. Haunted and the Devil have not been explored yet in any of these. Now we have a new plot element for everything. Do you see what these little notes say? Wait, what does this say? And the devil did what the devil does. What? Why? I just want to see this place in a happy state before I willingly condemn myself. What the shit?
The details of the world.
I said I wanted peace.
It was something out of a horror story, but I had to keep going.
Shoo! 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 Oh. Well, this is definitely post-ritual. I mean, I showed you what the room looked like pre-ritual already. We saw pre-ritual. The typewriter is... the typewriter is still there. But, oh, God. How many... Oh, they're all dead. They are all dead, though. You know, you think, like, with a sacrifice... Wow, dude. You think, like, with a sacrifice, you know, there's, like, one principal subject of said sacrifice, and then they die, and... But everyone's dead. I don't know. This doesn't scream suicide to me. Or... Yeah, right?
Cold Casey fine. Oh, good. Ugh. Jeez. You gotta respect his commitment to the hum.
I needed to find the key.
Yeah, man, I feel like at the rate we're going, we're never gonna find it. I wish. I haven't used the room 101 key yet. Let's keep that in mind. Room 101 has not been used. Uh-oh. You already know how I feel about the bathrooms in this game. Okay. Duh! I couldn't tell. You know, like, sometimes they aren't the dangerous shadows. I should have known, right? He just kept walking towards me. He was like, Alan Wake. I said, oh, shit. He's serious. Oh, wow, the one intentional red spot on the floor this entire time. Everything else is just on the walls. It's on the floor. It's on the walls and the floor. Oh. Did that thing just say get out of my story? Okay, nope. I draw the line at osmosis. You know, like, I'll tolerate a lot of things. But I totally draw the line at osmosis. Yeah, y'all aren't about to start multiplying in front of me. And I can't just let that fly. I'm going to take one of these health packs and use it judiciously to bandage my cheeks. I've said it once and I'll say it again. These characters enjoy their health packs a little bit too much. Good God. You know, it's like I didn't even need to... That's my name. Don't wear it out. Asshat. Is he real? He's real. Oh, no. So, as I was saying, it's almost like I didn't have to check my objective because all we have to do is follow the trail of dead bodies. 107. I think we're looking for door, what, 101? 101. Not a moment too soon either because I'm out of batteries. Whoops. I have 0 ways to remove the darkness from my enemies. And now darkness is going to spread everywhere. And it's going to be my fault. I'm sorry, Rick James. I let you down. Oh. Did he just say big fish? In the middle of all that?
My inspiration elements for my story to make it more true, even the parts that are true. I must change reality to escape. The writing has to be just right, or else it'll all just wash away.
That is the real Alan Wake. That is the Alan Wake. Trapped in this place. Desperately trying to write his way out. You know, shout outs to Alan Wake. Look at this.
Place wants to drown me. I'm losing myself. I have to fight it. I have to remember it. The clicker. The light switch. I lost it. But I have it now. The lamp the switch was cut from. This place is a nightmare. Not real and yet more real than anything. A danger and a horror reel. It feeds up my mind. Twisting whatever it takes into psychotic reality.
Crazy.
I'm trapped here. I write to escape. I've tried this many times. Written countless stories. Forgotten how many. I keep failing. But I must keep trying. I use the story to dive deeper. Every word I write is a step forward on this spiral into darkness.
It's insanity.
I dive to the bottom to find the answer. The map and the key, the compass, has combined to form a door leading out. But how do you open a door that's not a door? At the bottom of an ocean that's not an ocean. And a lake that's not a lake.
That's deep. That's deep, man. That's like Schrodinger's. It's like Schrodinger's escape. He's like, I'm trying to leave this place, but how do I leave a place that's not a place and open a door that's not a door to exit an exit that's not an exit? How do you escape a place that doesn't exist, that does and does not exist at the same time? I'm trapped here, he said. And listen, that thing I told you earlier, it's very true, but there's a really relevant conversation that I happen to have recorded. Yo, deeper than the deepest. Okay? The deepest of throats. Hold on. Yeah, peep this.
The part of you that is in control is in the cabin.
This is from Alan Wake 1.
I don't think I like that.
You represent the part of Alan Wake that is capable of rational thought and planning, which is why I'm talking to you. If that part can regain control, then you have a chance of making it. But a part of you wants to give in. There's comfort in the oblivion of dreams. You represent the part that isn't ready to quit and die.
Wait, are you telling me I'm not real?
You're as real as anything else in this place.
So there are two of me?
Yes.
And the one you called Mr. Scratch, he's me as well?
No.
Zane, are you playing some kind of game with me?
I am not the author of your story.
How can you say that when you wrote that page about me in the clicker? It wasn't one of my pages. You
That's deep. That's me. That's me playing Alan Wake 1. But specifically, it's the part in DLC number 2, The Writer, where he asked Thomas Zane exactly what is going on with him and what is going on with the dark place and why is it like suddenly forming around him? Like, why is reality shifting around him? And he says it like the real Alan Wake is trapped in a cabin. The Alan Wake that you can see, the one that we're playing as, the one that you can see in the game, is a manifestation of his desire to escape. It's the rational part of his brain. It's the last thing that he can use to try and get out. So he's like, are there two of me? And he's like, well, yes. There are literally two of Alan Wake right now. That's what he is. This is Alan Wake. And right now we're in the dark place, which is basically a somehow less and more twisted version of Silent Hill, because it's a reality that wraps around you and your insecurities and whatever's tormenting you. Yeah, nah, that was me. Yeah. I mean, you saw the difference, right? You saw the difference in graphics. That was 13 years ago. That was Alan Wake 1. That game came out in 2010. And this game, Alan Wake 2, takes place 13 years later. So it's even in the same place on our timeline. So he has personality issues? No. He doesn't have... Well, I mean, no more than the rest of us. Aha. But no. What he is he's split between realities. In the first Alan Wake, he is in the real world. His wife gets pulled under the ocean beneath their cabin into a reality between realities called the Dark Place. He spends the entire first game trying to get her out. First by infiltrating the Dark Place, then by finding a manuscript that he has apparently written. The story is complicated, but the way it basically ends is he writes an ending for his wife where she can escape, and he basically switches places with her as a bit of an equivalent exchange. Because he believed since he had the power to create an entire new reality where he could rescue his wife, he could also write himself out of the Dark Place himself. The end result being that Alice was able to get out and into the real world, and Alan got stuck in the Dark Place. And ever since the end of Alan Wake, he's been trying to get out of there. And there's been like 2 DLCs and 1 game in between, but that's kind of what's going on with Alan. So in his attempt to get out of the Dark Place, he managed to manifest a separate version of himself that can kind of run around in the reality in between and hopefully provide him with an escape back into the real world. So this person you see right here, it is Alan Wake, but it's also not at the same time, because Alan is literally writing this character into existence from a cabin beneath reality as we speak. Ugh.
The devil's path up the staircase was draped in blood.
I knew this place was going to look terrible when we brought the devil reality into it. I knew this place was going to look awful when we pulled this reality through. And oh, if you do not know what I'm doing right here, this is literally my cabin from within reality where I'm writing all of these things into place. Keep this.
Don't you fucking forget this. In the dark place, I'm outside time and space, outside reality. But this is real. A nightmare dimension, an ocean of darkness. Remember, its dark energy can make art come true, make dreams and nightmares come true. Yes, I can use this. I need to use this. Hungry, monstrous things. Stop me. To devour me. Become me.
I know he sounds like wild, manic, and paranoid, but you gotta understand, he's been sitting in a room for probably the better part of, 13 years, trying to write himself out of a nightmare. And, as you can see, he hasn't exactly succeeded yet. Time has passed. Alan's been here for a while. It's deep, but it's true. Everything you're seeing here in some way has been written into existence, and it's actually what the just the utter lack of respect is maddening. What is... Oh, God. Oh, I was dead. Okay, see this? Look at this. Look at what the loading screen. Look at what it says above me. Even my death is canon right now. Okay? Because I am essentially trapped in a loop. This is not just me dying, okay? This is not Salt right now. This is literally another failed attempt to escape the dark place. Because we're back. And that's deep, man. That's deep. That's pretty wild. Although, I think we just lost a lot of progress. I mean, hopefully not too much, but I think we just lost a bunch. Oh no, it's not that bad. Okay. We just have to make our way back to that one hallway. But it's a good thing we save a lot, isn't it? Yeah. Shoutouts to saving. Why do they have to say my name with such venom? It's not that deep, man. All I do is write words, bro. All I do is write romance novels for housewives. No, that's not true. I'm sorry. That's not true. I mean, I could save right here. This isn't a bad place to save. Why are they taunting me from other rooms? Who does that? Alright, let's see. Move that this way. Do that. Do that. Alright. Healthgasm. That boy enjoys himself some health packs. You hear that? Alright, are we ready to go back out into that? Are we ready to go back out into this madness? Booga booga what? Why y'all camping the spawn? Get away. Get away. Can we take a second to appreciate Alan's hair rendering right now? Yo, look at my man's jacket. You gotta forgive me for geeking on the graphics a little bit. I just realized earlier that you can hear the sound of Alan's jacket fabrics rubbing against each other when he runs. And I don't know, man. I like how far we've come. Alright, let's go back into the double.
I see the devil's path up the staircase was draped in blood.
I really decided to come back through here with zero plan. Like, negative plans. This was my plan, basically. Honestly, I don't have the resources to do this. There's gonna be a whole lot of meleeing. Because... oh god, you can hear them growling. Hold on, wait. Anybody else hear all that growling on the other side of the door? Why do they have to sound like that? Just gonna close that door. Yep. Look at that. All the good weapons have no ammo. And one flare. One flare for the road, folks. That's all you get. I can't describe to you the way the controller feels as I'm playing it, but when these things walk near you or walk in hallways near you, the controller kind of rumbles in a really hollow way that you can only feel on the outside of the controller. As if you're feeling something on the outside of your skin. It's so weird. And why we play things on this console, but it's still weird. Game of the year. Game of the year. Let's just call it now. Game of the year. Alan Wake 2. Good lord. Did we ever check Haunted for this scene? I'm gonna vote no. If I did, I don't remember. So I'm just gonna look now. Yo, that one shadow dude is still in the hallway, though. Okay, there's two shadow dudes in the hallway, though. Why are there two of them? Why two of them on there? Disappear, fool, disappear. Vanish. Vanish! He's not vanishing. fucking hell. I hate it. There's something really unsettling about things that don't move in natural ways. You know what I mean? Oh, look, it's room 101. That's where we're supposed to be right now. Hey, would you mind just sitting? Oh, look, it's a titty light. That's how you know you're in an old building. That's how you know you're in a pre-war building, I tell you. The old titty light. They don't make them like those anymore. Just looking up at your ceiling. Giant bronze nipple. Take a look, kids. That's history right there. Alright. That's the end of your architectural lesson for tonight. To room 101. Will it though?
My inspiration elements for my story to make it more true, even the parts that are true. I must change reality to escape. The writing has to be just right, or else it'll all just wash away.
Yeah. You know, the way these things just kind of abruptly intrude in on the scene, it does add to the punch of having to view them in a vacuum the same way Alan does. But I can't help but, you know, feel like, wow. Yeah, I remember in Max Payne 1, you know, there were TV shows that would play on the televisions like, was it Lords and Ladies and Dick Justice and Captain Baseball Bat Boy. Just these little non sequitur cartoons that were somehow entertaining on their own, but closely related to some element of Max's trauma at the same time. They were really funny and clever for their time. And I remember, I guess, you know, we didn't have the technology back then or the space on a disc to quite pull it off the way we can now. So the TV shows were like these like JPEGs with voice acting and sound effects behind them. Nevertheless, got their point across. And I remember just sitting in awe of these TV shows and legitimately following along with their storylines, especially Lords and Ladies. Okay, that was some Pride and Prejudice level shit. Betrayals, just cousins sleeping with sister wives, and just mothers poisoning the hemlock. It just blessed, you know. To see those voice acted JPEGs evolve into full on TV shows, like acted by humans. We've come a long way, Remedy. We've come a long way. It's a beautiful thing. Every time I play a Remedy game, I feel like I watch them build on their narrative strengths and just make the... It's like watching a fuzzy picture. I keep using this analogy for some reason, but it really is like watching a fuzzy picture come into full focus. Seeing all the stuff that Remedy used to do and the way they do things now in terms of storytelling, this is insane. But I feel like it's only because they've been trying to do this. Just technology had to catch up to them, right? He's really just been standing there the whole time, right? We should just put him out of his misery. Oh, he's real. He's a real one. Oh, he's got friends. I'm solid as long as you don't take the flank. Can I just funnel everyone through this one doorway? He runs. How does he run like that? Look, man, this is survival horror, okay? We ain't exactly swimming in bullets. Shut the door.
You're stuck in a loop.
Did he throw a chair? Maybe it's because I've watched the Boondocks, but I don't know why I froze like that. As soon as I saw that chair fly out from around the corner, I was like, I thought like 3 of them would just I thought 3 of them were just gonna follow behind it. Like, yeah, clearly, because it has been my personal experience that, you know, when a chair gets thrown, you know, Mississippi, whew, that was wild. Look at it. I'm still looking at the chair. I'm still looking at the chair sideways. Like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna look out my window and just see black people just. Yo, that's. Oh, that was too much. He crossed me up. He teleported behind me. Now I know how people in Street Fighter feel when they face Akuma. You get teleported behind for that cross up. I get it. I get it now. Okay. Thanks, Raiden. Now I know how it feels. Who is whispering in the hallway? Actively hideous. I feel like we should quick save here. I feel like a good quick save is worth 1,000 words. He's gonna have to follow me, like, up the stairs. You're gonna have to work them hams, because I'm not going back down there. Yeah, I'm not doing that. It only gets worse from here, right?
I felt the presence of a new idea here.
I wish getting inspiration looked like this for me. Like, can I have dreams like this where I can just align my chakras and all my good ideas? Just wake up and write a bunch of shit? Oh my goodness.
Mr. Scratch, if that's who the actor playing the devil was, had stayed in the hotel. Asking around at reception.
Word.
Me a room number.
Just make tea and boil shrooms in it.
He had requested that room specifically. The devil had a sense
I've
of
heard.
humor. Or he really didn't. It was funny either way. According to the director, the actor hadn't mingled with the rest of the cast. He had only come out for the play. And always in character.
Sounds like Jared Leto. It's giving Jared Leto in Suicide Squad vibes. Yes. And it, because that's, I mean, the way they're describing him is like, yeah, he was playing the devil, and he was very method about it, and he never broke character, and he only came on set when it was time for scenes. So basically, he was just, you know, he was walking around pulling people's pants down, you know.
leaving bags of poop on people's trailers and setting them on fire. Like, you know, what was he doing? They're just saying he was always in character. I mean, what was he doing? You know, let's spill the interdimensional tea. I deserve to know what my evil side has been up to in my absence, my 13-year absence. Yep. Yep. That's the room. That's the room. That's the room. Oh, they think they're clever and slick and clever slick. All these other doors have do not disturb hung on the doorknob. All of them. Even the bloody messed up room that looks like it had a shotgun wedding right in front of it. It has a do not disturb thing hanging off the doorknob. But guess which room doesn't have the do not disturb thing hanging off the doorknob? Oh yeah, it's room 666. Of course, the beast itself. You know, why couldn't we just leave this before? I was charmed. I was elated. I was in fact ecstatic at the fact that we only had to go to room 665 before. You know, the neighbor of the beast. His room is right there, down the hall. Snazzy place. Neon lighting. Food's kind of bad. What? Oh, man. Hey, have a good night. Clearly you left at the right time. See, this is the time to leave when 666 enters the chat. But I digress. Thanks for stopping by. I look forward to the shenanigans tomorrow. Get some rest, sir. Get ready for what you got going on. I hope you have a good day. And, I don't know, man. Stop by Dwayne Reed and pick up some Depends for the evening, because it's going down. It's going down. As for the rest of us, I don't know, man. It's room 666. How much? With this snort. What else am I supposed to say about this? It's the only room that doesn't have do not disturb hung off of the doorknob.
Scratch had been there. I could sense his presence lingering in the room. I was about to have another killer idea.
I'm not scared. You are.
Okay, let's talk about the murder victim.
This looks like it was painted with someone's blood.
The leading lady. Oh, it was
I hate
an
it.
honor to get to work with her. A grand dame for sure. She went back a long time. Kept insisting she had seen the long-lost original script of the play. She'd been with this mysterious writer, his muse. That was her role in the play. The muse.
She was staying in room 108, where the murder happened.
The set of the final scene, right. The devil comes, an unstoppable force crashing through the hotel through each scene, executed with devastating mastery. And all leading up to him meeting his muse. It turns out he knew.
Sounds like a metaphor for Mr. Scratch's
to get to her.
To murder her.
Not you again.
Oh, jeez. Ugh. Mm. The dark presence is everywhere.
Not you again.
Am I the only person? Why is Alan's first instinct to run straight into a wall?
Shit. Get away! Get away!
Do you think the red and green lights are telling me where to go?
Get the fuck away from me!
I had to reach the light ahead to hide from the dark presence. The dark presence had come for me. Drawn to the story I was writing as it grew darker.
Wow. Whoo. I deserve some cheese for that. Wow. Okay. That was harrowing and stressful. That was very stressful. When did I get 8 shots from my flare gun? Excuse us. Love it when we survive against all odds, you know? All about these moments. That was terrifying. I guess we're not going back to that portion of the game ever again. Let's check the plot board. But yeah, final scene is blocked off permanently. Yeah, the murder site and final scene are all blocked off permanently. Did you peep this commercial the first time it came on?
Night Springs.
I don't know if you were here for this.
A shifting space, existing in a countless number of parallel realities. Sometimes a quaint small town. Sometimes a hulking metropolis.
Sometimes.
Different every time we set upon the road that leads us there. And yet, like a half-remembered echo of a fading dream, always familiar to us. These are the stories that take place there. Awe-inspiring, macabre, terrifying, heartbreaking, nail-biting, absurd, and thrilling. Sometimes all of these things at once. A haunting new season of mind-bending episodes written by Alan Wake. I am your host, Warland Dorr, and I will see you soon in
Night Springs.
Night Springs.
I feel like I have seen this actor somewhere before. I cannot place it, but I feel like I've seen him in other things. I don't know where or how. And it's not the first time that Remedy has had a higher than B or A-list actor to play in one of their things. I just can't quite place him. I know he's up there, though. I've seen him in, you know, full-on Hollywood productions, movies. I feel like I've seen him in a bunch of things. I just can't quite place it. I mean, hell, they even got the Iceman back from Quantum Break.
The Muse was the murder victim. The final scene took place in room 108.
Huh. Wow, can I take that and keep it? No. After the gruesome deed, it was time to clean up the mess. Oh, God. Okay, so the police already... So this is like... Yeah, literally clean up the mess. Oh, no. Whoops. Excuse me.
I needed to find the Muse, the murder victim, room 108.
I've had enough of that freaking gumshoe dick asking too many freaking questions. Not letting us proper police take care of it.
This is our chance to make the powers that be happy. We'll be set for life. Part of the inner circle.
Well, amen to that, partner. I like it. And so will the fraternity, the club, the word. Our dear friends with many names. The way I see it, it was a lone nut job.
He making it up as he goes along?
Out of his mind on some fancy new designer
What?
drug.
Open and shut case. All we gotta do now is dump the evidence from room 108 in the usual place in the alley.
What? Okay. Well, I guess that told us everything we kind of need to know. Can we go outside to the alley? Would that be too easy? I guess I should go to room 108 first. Oh, credits 1:39. I had no idea what time it was.
Alan Wake.
Nope.
The plot changes shape the world around me.
Boom. Don't do that. No, stop being weird. Stop being weird. Stop. What? See, this is the kind of obsessive, crazy stuff I'm talking about. Look at this. An ocean, the owl, and the deer reflected motion in his room. He will hurt her if he's slot. He will hurt her and hers. She is caught. His story ends. Her story does not. This is the ritual. Wow. You and your friends will meet him when you are gone, lost on the shore between forests. What? This is all weird. This is seriously wild, but here we are in the den of a crazy person.
This was the murder site. There was a record at the bottom of the bathtub, beneath the body. Somehow it was important. Another step. Somehow I was closer to home. Closer than ever before. It's you again. The FBI agent. Saga Anderson. I'm closer now. I can feel it. You helped me get closer to escaping.
Wake? Are we still trapped? The clicker. We can...
You know about the clicker? It can help us. I destroyed the dark presence with it last time. You can help. You can find it. You must find it.
I can get it to you. I have to understand. Did you write the story?
Alice is in danger. I have to stop Scratch. I have to find Return. I need to get back to my apartment. I'm writing a story to get through. Initiation. It's the only way.
The story.
Alan, can you talk in a way that implies that the person you're speaking to doesn't already know what you're talking about? It's infuriating,
It
bro.
lasted only for a moment, like two planets passing in orbit. Saga Anderson was helping me go deeper, closer to escape. Somehow, I had to trust her. Parliament Tower. I had to get back to my apartment, my study. I had to find the manuscript of Return.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. When we're talking about the Mr. Scratch stuff, the weird stuff in the story, I really think, even though, you know, this is probably going to be the last regular Alan Wake episode this week, I really think we should do a bonus episode maybe later on in the week and play American Nightmare, just so we can really get the full scope of what Mr. Scratch's presence means to Alan, and Alice for that matter. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. I don't know if we're going to end now. We probably should, just to be reasonable people. I think this is a good place to stop, but
this message that you send to this winding road.
copyright claim.
It's just the beginning. Only the end.
Room 665. What a name for a chapter. Well, since that's technically not saving, and I've actually learned this the hard way, we should go until we at least induce an autosave. Or at the very least have an ability to. Just for all our sakes. And then we'll put a cork in it for the night. Go on to the slightly greener pastures of whatever. Sitting here thinking, do I want to save it there? Nah, I don't think I do. But I think we will put a cork in it for now. I think this is a good place to stop. I think Alan and us have had quite the journey tonight. This last chapter was a little bit less eventful than the last one, but that's only because from a narrative standpoint, how do you... Ooh, look, we can change the entire lighting and makeup of the room by standing back here. How do you top an entire played-out musical of Alan Wake's life in a mock-style, live-action performance? You just... It's such a hard act to follow that the next chapter could only have disappointed by comparison. And while it didn't, and while I got legitimately jump scared a couple of times and pushed to my wit's end by the AI, you know what? You know what? 10 out of 10. I enjoyed the heck out of this. Alan Wake continues to impress. Alan Wake continues to win. I'm really proud of the progress we made tonight. Shoutouts to everyone. And I mean everyone. Shoutouts to everyone that stopped by. Chill. Shoutouts to September. Shoutouts to Rican B69. Shoutouts to the best of all the lurkers, DW Sunshine. And shoutouts to the homies that didn't show up tonight, but your presence in every stream is still appreciated to this very day. Shoutouts to Stupid Seal, Aratus7. Shoutouts to Dukezilla. Oh yeah, sorry. We're definitely going to be back tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel with your boy. Rican TV. for more Dead Space on the rival platform, the platform for which I have over 1.5 terabytes of memory. Let's effing go. But until then, my friends, this has been the Expert Playlist on the Alan Wake playthrough.
The scene had changed.
I am, in fact, Expert Penguin. Have a great night, everybody. Oof.
Parliament Tower was here, again. Zane said the manuscript of return was the key to escaping. I had to get it before Scratch did.
Until next time, y'all. Goodbye. Ooga booga.
Where they at, dude?